What is the importance of mineralogy in the metallurgical and materials industry? The aim of this presentation is publicize the importance of mineralogy in industry, more specifically in metallurgy. First, I'd like to look at some proper definitions of the theme. Crystallization is a chemical process by which from a gas, a liquid, or a solution, ions, atoms, or molecules establish bonds to form a crystal lattice. The basic unit of a crystal in this the network forms a cube that is crystal to which I refer. Mineral is an inorganic solid substance generally formed by natural process endowed by physical and chemical homogeneity. Pyroelectricity. This is when in a material the poles change from positive to negative. Piezoelectricity is when the crystals are subjected to mechanical stress and therefore the surface of the material takes on electrical polarity on its surface. Let's see the photo in the diagram. Piezoelectricity divided in two parts. Piezoelectricity effect, uh, the crystal electricity summit pressure, reverse piezoelectricity effect. Now, Avid. The Avid in a mineral is the way to explain the appearance of the isolated crystals and the growth of the crystals together. Fracture. The resistance to the growth of a crack. Exfoliation. Exfoliation is the property by which main minerals split or separate along the final plants. In the photography in the diapositive, you look at one rock with planes of exfoliation. One plane, two plane is a linear form. Now, let's look at some branch of mineralogy. First, general mineralogy, study of crystals, includes the study of the structure, morphology, chemistry, growth, dissolution, and physics of the crystal. Biomineralogy is the science of mineral substance that occurs in humans, plants, and animals. 3. Petrology is the study of the formation, properties, and alteration of rocks. 4. Applied mineralogy. Mineralogy and its application with other science and technologies, for example, geology, metallurgy, chemistry, physics, biology, astronomy, medicine, archaeology, geography, metallurgy industry, the mining, the oil industry, the chemical industry, ceramics, nuclear technology, the glass industry, and the manufacturing of fertilizers, among others. Secondly, I will take about the properties of minerals which make them important in the industry because they can provide useful benefits as raw for the manufacture of minerals used in this and other industries. Physical properties, these are the result of the chemical and structural characteristics, and being visual are important for the recognition of minerals. These are habits, color, color, color gold, brightness, hardness, exfoliation, this liner plants is exfoliation, fracture, fracture tenacity, among other. Electrical properties. The conduction of electricity in crystal is related to the type of bond. We can classify materials between conductors and non-conductors. These are pyroelectricity, piezoelectricity, magnetic properties. Some minerals behave like metals. Like magnets, these magnetic properties there are result of atomic properties that are specific to a number of elements. Now, I like to turn to comment on the classification of minerals. Since the middle of the 19th century, the chemical composition of minerals has been the basis of the classification. However, note that not only chemistry is important for classification, as it also goes hand in hand with the internal structure of the mineral. Classification of minerals, native elements such as gold, silver, copper, copper, important copper for electronic, platinum, osmium, among others, sulfide and sulfosalts. Most of the sulfide minerals are opaque that a person sick, sickness person, and have distinct colors and traits of colors and have colored, as are pyrite, galena, cinnabar. Halides. The class is characterized by predominance of halogen ions, chlorine, bromine, fluorine, iodine, with charge -1, where they are combined with metallic elements. An example of these are sylvine, alide, atacamide, fluoride, oxide, and hydroxide. Oxide comprise those natural compounds in which oxygen appears combined with one or more metals, forming a group of relative hard, very hard, so hard. Then some refractory minerals such as cuprite, rutile, ilmenite, franklinite. Carbonates. Carbonates is a chemical compound that contains the element carbon and oxygen in the form of the carbonate group, containing one carbon atom and three hydrogen atoms from carbonic acids. The following are part of the group: calcite, dolomite, siderite, rhodochrosite, aragonite. Phosphates. It is a very large class. All phosphates are made up of the anionic phosphate complex as a fundamental structural unit. Among these we can mention apatite, monazite, lazulite, turquoise. Now, let's talk organic substance. Organic substances are mineral compounds that in some way or another are formed to the direct or indirect action of some living beings. Among these we have graphite, amber, and the beautiful ivory. If we take a look at the slide, we can see a diagram and some small graphs refer to each of the minerals that I have just mentioned. Native elements is a small photography that the gold, sulfides and sulfosates, halides, fluorine, the orange fluorine, oxides and hydroxides, carbonates that are dolomite, phosphates, and organic substance like amber. Now, let's see the more relevant minerals and in which lies the importance and the association of this science with mineralogy. These are gold, copper, hematites, and all those ferric ores and sulfides. Gold has been known since prehistoric time. It is valued for his beauty, so very beauty, easy handling and resist to corrosion. Its most relevant use are in jewelry, in the manufacturing of coins, in the manufacturing of dental pies, and in the technological industry. Most singers are pies dentals of gold. because it's horrible for me. The importance of Cooper lies in the fact that it has made its producing countries have a high economic development. Many projects of interest revolve around this material. Among the most notable use it appears in coins, kitchen utensils, jewelry relatively cheap art objects, ornaments, furniture, makeup and paintings, musical instruments, clothing, and the production of alloys. Interests in fields such as construction, aeronautic, among others. Next, I am going to talk to you about the mineral that is the jewel in the crown for metallurgists, especially for us in Boyacá, because as is well known by use one of the largest steel companies in a great pillar of the economy and iron after some process is turned into steel which is important in many fields of life. Finally, I will touch one of the subjects referring to sulfides, which are of great importance for obtaining acids such as acids such as sulfuric. In the same way, it is used in the production of iron, which has mentioned before. It is crucial for use metallurgists to development disciplines such as materials, foundry, steel, and welding, to name a few. From left to right, we can see the graphic representation of this, starting with the gold, moving on to the iron ore out. And if you look at the screen, you see that I am talking about the siderite. Then you will see the copper, and it ends by showing you sulfides, among which, if we make a look at the chalcopyrites, galena, and pyrites. Knowing structurally and mineralogy the raw materials obtained from Mother Earth for the metallurgical engineer is of great importance science. With this, we can aim to predict future benefits of this in the industry for processes such as the transformation and manufacturing of new materials, useful for the technological development and innovation in various fields. The processing of minerals and extraction of metals work hand in hand with the development of industrial production and the obtaining of new materials. In short, discovering the different raw materials that we can extract from the earth and knowing their properties and qualities is of the great importance for the support of productive, educational, and industrial process. Finally, I can say that the primary cell of my career is the part of minerals because with this, as I have been commenting, not only is our process benefit as future metallurgical engineers, but also working together on the needs of other industries and fields of action that contribute to the development of life. I would like to end by showing you a little of my personal collection, among which I have a few minerals and fossils of very colorful shapes and colors such as citronite, the small citronite, which is yellow, colored quartz. The curiosity of this is that it used for protection to avoid ground toes and skin problems like acne, brown, brown zebra jasper. It is easily recognizable as jasper for both its brightness and its weight is similar to Nusita candy, Colombian candy. by bicolor. Look, linear white and brown. Jasper is a sedimentary rock. It has a smooth surface and is used for ornamentation or as a gem. It can be polished and used in base stamps. For a long ago, it was used for tobacco boxes. Pyrites. This is pyrites. It's a mineral from the group of sulfides whose chemical formula is FeS2. It is made of sulfur and iron, also known as the fool's gold, for its grit resembles to gold. Fun fact, can be toxic if wet with water. Mentioned it last is similar to gold. Azurite, this is azurite, is a copper mineral from the group of carbonate that form its copper deposits exposed to the elements. It has a very characteristic blue color. Blue color. Lapis lazuli. It is a gem. It is beautiful for jewelry. Of a characteristic of ultramarine blue color. Look, highly valued in jewelry since ancient times. It is generally presented with a dark bluish, opaque color and structure in slabs or flat sheets due to well-developed schistosity slates. Being for these characteristics used in covers and as an old writing element. Others quickly is a fossil, marine fossil. Other fossil with eggs, with fish eggs, is quartz, malachite, dolomite, one fossil, coke, slate, layton, pyridina rock, citronite green in the earrings. Finally, I can say the minerals are of great importance besides that they are very interesting, colorful, and pleasant. If we look at this slide, we can see relevant processes that associate metallurgy and mineralogy, such as iron production, sulfuric acid production, steel, cable production, and jewelry. Finally, thank you very much for listening me. Bye.